All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the morning note. It is Wednesday, December 29th, 2021. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for joining me this morning and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's talk about the market, shall we? Before we begin, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, little white logo. Click on that, turn on notifications for our channel so you don't miss anything. Like our videos, really helps our algorithm for our channel. Really do appreciate it if you like these kind of videos. Hit that like button. Also, comment any of your questions, and for sure to follow our channel. If you have anybody who knows who'd like this kind of videos, please make sure to share it with them. Maybe they'll like watching this every morning and afternoon as well. Good morning, everybody. Dow futures up 21 points, Nasdaq up 14, S&P up slightly 0.08%. Russell is bouncing back up 0.23% from yesterday. Crude oil is down about 15 cents a barrel, 75.82. 10-year Treasury yields are up 1.519%, 2.5%. 96.09 for the dollar index, down 0.011%. The VIX is marginally higher, 17.57. Taking a look at gold futures, gold is down 1.13% at 17.90 an ounce. Again, we've always talked about that daily, that 1800 level. It seems to be that kind of magnet, but it just hovers there. So not very, very tough to trade. 22.63 for silver, down 2% this morning. Taking a look at the euro dollar, it's up 5 pips, 113.16, 114.97 for the dollar yen, up 14 pips. Crypto continues to slide. Ethereum futures are down 1.70%, 37.58. Bitcoin futures are down a little less, 47,355. 223.65 for gasoline futures, down 0.42%. Let's go ahead and take a look at my crypto portfolio. The high was this week was right around like 197,000. It's down 4% the last 24 hours. You can see about $7,573 in unrealized loss for the day. Nothing has changed. 20 hours ago, I did buy automatically DCA. $50 worth of GRT. And then 2 days ago, I bought SHIB and I got a little bit of XTZ, about 88 cents worth. I think it's kind of like a I think it's a little bit like a staking thing. I'm not sure exactly. I don't know how long I've been getting that. Well, good morning, everybody. All right, let's take a look at some pre-market movers, and we'll talk about some charts together and answer some questions. Pre-market movers this morning. Fuel Cell Energy did report earnings this morning. They're down to 12.61%. Their report of earnings, I have it here. Fuel Cell had a report of 7 cents, negative 7 cents EPS, revenue of 13.9 million versus 20.3 million. So definitely a miss there. Their backlog 1.3 billion versus 1.3 billion year over year, and adjusted EBITDA is negative 11.9 million versus 8.6 million. So not good for Fuel Cell. I'm pretty sure most of the other EV names will take a hit with that. Let's take a look. Apple's up slightly, Verizon's up slightly, Microsoft's up slightly, Intel down 0.14%, Boeing we hit yesterday down 0.38%, pre-market, Disney slightly red, Cisco is up 0.14%. On the S&P, we have Tesla's up 1% after a report that Elon is done selling his shares. Regards to options, 0.59% downside for American Airlines, NVDA is down slightly, 0.31%, Pfizer down 0.53%, Western Digital up 3.12%, D.R. Horton up 0.14%, Micron up 1%, Moderna down 1.30%, or what I call the COVID VIX. Moderna is down. So usually when there's a lot of scare in terms of Omicron or the virus, Moderna tends to bounce. So there you go. Let's take a look at Lucid Group, another EV. They're down 1.24%. Pre-market Sirius XM down 0.31%. JD.com up 0.58%. And Comcast up 0.34. So again, not tons of volume. Again, we're starting to get towards the end of the year, end of the week. So again, just be careful out there. If you're going to do any kind of trading, I would look for next week expiry. Let's take a look at some charts. Going to ES here, this is S&P 500. You can see it's holding that 50-day moving average just on the hourly. Taking a look at the daily, I did this chart and I posted on Twitter. You can see here, I went ahead and posted a nice little channel trend line. We did break above this trend line slightly and then came back down, back into it. You can see we kind of reject that top of that trend line. Looks like around 48.94 to 4900 is your top on the daily. After we get there, then we should reject a little bit. Now, again, I'm not saying that we won't come back down to 4,700 or anything. You may get some volatility, but your top here should be around 4,900. Again, you see that we've rejected that trend line. And then your support, again, the best way to look at the support is usually that 100-day moving average, because that seems to be that level that we've been keeping holding here. 45.36 is your support on the daily. So just keep that in mind if you're a trader. But for the most part, it's been a bullish week. You see we're bouncing slightly on the 50. But again, look at this. Look at the volume going down as we go along. I think I have my highlighter here. Where's that highlighter? I had my highlighter tool. Time level, rectangle, regression line. I'll just draw a line. And you can see here, these are the volumes coming down. You see right here at the top last Friday and 2 Fridays ago, and you could see just sliding volume on E-mini futures. So let me get that there out. So let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ was above the 50 overnight. It is trading at 402 now. It is holding up right above that $400.96 level. As long as that holds, we should stay above and maybe possibly retest 404, which is right around here. But again, with low volume, you could see volume sinking. Don't expect much. Looking at AMD this morning, that was one I was looking at the aftermarket recap. I'm waiting for a break of 153.68. If that does break, I'll take a look at next week's calls. I have Tesla calls. I'm expecting a break. Let's take a look at the daily. You can see that downward here, that downward channel, and then the breakout above it. We should get above 1120. Once we do, 1165 is your next target. But again, the question is, do we get the volume, little juice to get there? But other than that, that's really it. We're really coming close to the end of the year, so volumes are dropping. Hey, Carlos, good morning. Tesla calls, and we added a possible breakdown. Yeah, I just did that. I just literally did that, the Tesla one. Let's go back to it and see the daily. And you can see if I draw some lines here, let me go ahead and zoom. So let's draw some lines together. Lines and annotations, always fun. You could see downward channel, right? And you could see that break above it. That's usually a very, very bullish signal here. But again, we need to break 1120. Once we do, 1165 is your next resistance, but 1120 is key for Tesla. Ethereum to buy here. I think Ethereum below 33,000 would be worth buying some more. I like Ethereum, don't get me wrong. It's one of my top 10 of 2022. But again, this is a dip, but it's not enough of a dip to do anything with. Good morning, Carlos. Good morning, Carmen. Any thoughts on BABA may turn or corner, or do you see more downside? Again, BABA is really based on China. Again, it's a long-term deal. So again, 108.70 is my level to buy some more. But again, we need to get out of 130. Once that does, we could fill the gap to the upside of 161. But 130 is needed first. But I'm a shareholder, so again, I have really no time restriction. I'm just holding it. What do you think about Apple calls? Let's take a look at Apple. Looking at Apple here, resistance right around 181. If you do break 180, it may be worth a shot to buy 182s for next week. I would not trade Apple for this week. And thoughts on Zoom. I own shares of Zoom. Let's see it. Looking at Zoom here, nice pop, drop, support right around 152. That's my buy level here. Let's see if I can bring it up. Yeah, their next buy level is 152.24. This is a daily 3-year chart, and you can see still bearish, still got a little more downside. So I may have to add at 152.24. Looking at the hourly short term, you can see that slide from last Monday, but until then, nothing has really happened in terms of Zoom. It's just continuing to creep slower and lower and lower, but there is value there. NVIDIA buy level. Let's take a look at NVIDIA together. NVIDIA buy level for me is 268.64. That's where I'll be adding some. I own shares. And again, kind of very similar to that Tesla. You could see here, it did break out from that downward channel. See here, if I draw this, see nice little break. That's usually a very bullish signal. But again, 317 of a break, that's when we start taking a look at 335. So again, I do like NVIDIA, but just not here yet. Sector you're looking at for today. Yields are up, so guess what? Let's take a look at financials. First thing we do when we take a look at financials, we take a look at the XLF, which is the ETF that tracks financial stocks, and of course they're up. They're up 10 cents nothing crazy. But again, you could see that's probably like about 1%. So again, you're starting to move. Let's take a look at some of the banks. Take a look at GS. GS, not much there. Let's take a look at JPM. JPM, not much there. Maybe if a break of 160, maybe we could take a look at something. But when it comes to banks, it usually is a same-day trade. It's not one where you want to hold for a couple of days. Let's see if we break 6111 on Citi. Citi might be worth a shot. If we break that, just placing alerts as we go. Wells Fargo, very similar to Goldman Sachs. There's just really nothing there. So again, really the only ones that look kind of decent for the most part is Citibank and JPM. Let's go back to Citi. I have an alert above 6111, so let's wait for that. And JPM, I have an alert above 160. We'll wait for that. If that does, then I keep it kind of tight. 161s, 162s, strike for next week. I don't want to do anything for this week, guys. Hey, Carlos, thank you for the Tesla chart breakdown. Docu chart for calls. Thanks again. Yeah, let's take a look at Docu. Docu just really, really tight on the hourly. Wow, just really tight. But again, you can see it is starting to move up. That 200-day seems to be support for now. Then your next support is right around 147. For calls, I would like a break of the 100-day, 153.72. But until then, I just don't see much here to trade in terms of Docu. Let's take a look at BAC, which is Bank of America. You're right, I did miss that bank. Let's open it. It usually has tons of volume. Let's see if we break 45. If we break 45, then I'll take a look at the 45.50s for next week, possibly the 46s, but really 45.50 is your next one. If you get a break above 45, I don't love the chart. I just really don't. I really only like trading Bank of America. Always has tons of volume, but it doesn't really run. So that's usually how I do it in terms of banks. Usually JPM, Citibank, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo are the ones I trade. Morgan Stanley sometimes. Bank of America, very rare. Very rare. So I do it. But again, a lot of the banks look very similar, guys. So let's put an alert on Morgan Stanley right above 101.24 and see where we get there. Let's take a look at Boeing. Boeing, we already hit this week. So there's not much going on there. If it does break 210, possibly worth a shot, but I think a break of 214 would be worth it. That would really confirm a move. And then there was one more, Roku. Roku, I own shares. It is bouncing off the 50-day. Break of 240 would be nice. Let's go and place an alert at 240. But again, we're a little far out, so I'd wait on that. Not much going on there. Break a level of 240 for calls. NEO. Let's take a look at NEO together. NEO, not much going on. I have a buy alert at 27.79. Again, you can see just downward. If it does break 29.25, it may be worth for some puts, maybe the 28s. So let's see, 29.25. Oops, let me go and delete this. 29.25 to the downside, may be worth a shot for some puts on NEO. Right there. Because if you break that fib, you have right around 28 to go. So 28 puts may be worth a shot for NEO. All right, guys, guess we'll leave it there. Thank you guys for your questions. Just a quick heads up, Friday is New Year's Eve. I will do a morning note that day, but there will not be an aftermarket recap because I will be heading out with the wife for New Year's to enjoy, party a little bit. So again, I'm pretty sure you guys will be doing your thing, getting pregame. So no aftermarket recap Friday. So just a heads up. Have a great rest of your trading day. Enjoy your Wednesday. We'll catch you guys for the aftermarket recap today at 5 p.m. Have a good one, guys.